How many college football teams this season are 6-0 against the spread? How many are 0-6? How many teams are 6-0 to the over? How many have yet to have an over? Which conferences are best at home this year in conference action? And which have been the best over the last 4 years? And we're going to finish off this Wager Talk college football TNA show with 4 college football systems: 82%, 73%, 73%, and 69%. Ralph Michaels, welcome to college football week number 8. Well, we're just going back to the basics here, guys. I was surprised how many people in the chat or left a comment. I just want to find out the best and worst ATS teams. Yes, that information is available anywhere, but it's always good to reaffirm as you're going into the weekend making your selections to find out which teams have been the best season to date. So let's take a look at the chart. First on the top, we see best ATS. This is season to date. Memphis and Texas Tech, both 6-0 ATS. Western Michigan, 6-1. At 5-1, we have a slew of teams: Boise, Iowa, La Tech, Miss State, Ohio State, Temple, Troy, Utah, Utah State, Virginia, and Western Kentucky. Well, worst against the spread. They are now coachless, at least without their traditional head coach with an interim. Penn State, 0-6 ATS. Baylor, Georgia State, UMass, and Minnesota, 1-5. Also 1-5, Northern Illinois, Sam Houston, SMU, Stanford, and Virginia Tech. The top overs. Folks, Air Force is just an over machine. Their offense is in the top 10. Their defense is in the bottom 15. Their reason they're 6-0 over under this year. Pittsburgh also 6 overs, no unders. Those teams that 5 of their 6 games have gone over the total: Duke, Florida State, Georgia Southern, and Missouri. Also 5 overs and 1 under: Navy, Nebraska, Rutgers, Tennessee, and Virginia. Top unders: Northern Illinois and Oklahoma, both 0 overs and 6 unders this season. Teams with 1 over and 5 unders: Auburn, East Carolina, James Madison, Kennesaw State, Liberty, LSU, La Tech, SMU, and Tulsa. And then taking a look at the best and worst favorites, the top favorites: Memphis and Texas Tech, 5-0. Illinois and Western Kentucky, 4-0. Penn State, all their games they've been favored, so they're 0-6. Baylor as a favorite is 0-5. Michigan State as a favorite is 0-4. And South Alabama and Virginia Tech, 0-3 against the spread. Before I get to the conference home records over the last 5 years, I do want to mention the Weekend Warrior, an incredible success. Check it out at WagerTalk.com. The Weekend Warrior, just $49. You'll get all of my Saturday college football, all of my Sunday NFL, and if I have a Monday night football game in the NFL, you'll receive it as well. My college football run currently stands at 38-25, 63%. My college football plays 4% and higher, 16-6, 73%. And my college football sides 4% and higher, 10-1, 91%. I will have an NFL 5% this week. I cashed it last Sunday. NFL 5% plays 7-1, 88%. And my college football and NFL 5% plays combined, number 1 at WagerTalk the last calendar year since last October, 18-5, 78%. Lastly, NFL teasers, 26-7, 79%, but it gets even better. NFL teasers rated 4% or 5%, 17-3, 85%. Guys, don't wait to the weekend. I've already got plays loaded today. So go to my homepage, wt.buzz/RM, hit the Weekend Warrior. You'll instantly get all the plays I've already loaded. And as soon as I update the rest of my plays, you will get notified immediately. I always do have all of my Saturday college football loaded by Friday, and I do have all of my Sunday NFL loaded by Saturday. Well, let's take a look at chart number 2. These are conference home games by conference. So you see the first column is from 2022 through this season, 2025. And then you see the individual columns to see if it's an anomaly or if it is a long-term streak. Well, the top home team in conference games back to 2022 is CUSA at 56.2%. And you'll see 3 of the last 4 years, they've been a positive. The Pac-12, again, we won't take anything out of that. I did want to list the information, though. The Big 12 at home, all 4 seasons have been on the plus side. So strong home fields in the Big 12, overall 54.4%. You see the ACC this year is actually leaning towards the road teams, but the 4-year average 53%. And let's look at the bottom. The worst conference to bet the home team in over the last 4 years is the American Football Conference. Visitors have covered 54.5%, with last year the only positive number. So it's not going to say you're going to bet CUSA home teams. It's not going to say you're going to bet American Conference road teams, but it does give you a good feel on how strong home fields are. I do this chart a couple times a year, and I actually do adjust my home field edge for my power ratings based on these type of numbers. So hopefully they can get you just one extra winner this weekend. Well, before we finish this video off with our 4 super systems, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to watch this video. I can't believe we're already to week 8 of college football. The season is just flying by. Hit the like button. If there's anything you want to see me run, be it in the NFL or be it for the college football bet on a TNA show, leave a comment. Many of the ideas I have for these charts come from you, the viewer. Thank you for bringing that up. Also, by leaving a comment, getting engaged, it helps our algorithms. It allows us to continue to do all this free content for you. And make sure you're following WagerTalk TV and WagerTalk among all their social media networks. Over 300,000 people follow WagerTalk. Be a part of that group. Well, let's get to it, folks. Let's finish off this segment with our 4 systems. Remember, you're never wanting to base a play solely on a system or a trend. But if you have a long-term trend with a large sample size and you like the play as well, that's what makes your play stronger. Perhaps you like a game and there's a strong system against you. Perhaps it's going to take you off that game. So don't use these to make bets. Use these to make your bets better or perhaps take you off a side if you agree with the system. First, let's talk about teams that have had awesome offenses. In the last 3 games, these teams have scored at least 159 points. They are now a favorite of a touchdown or more. The total is 56.5 or higher. And we're week number 5 or later. How about this number? 63, 14, and 1. Which team is 82% against the spread? In this situation, it's the South Florida Bulls. 159 plus points, favorite of 7 or more, total of 56 or higher, week 6 or later, USF, an 82% system. Away dogs. This system lost last time I had it on here, but I still do like it. It makes total sense to me, so I'm going to repeat it. Away dogs that lost as a favorite, but they rushed for over 200 yards, and they're now an away dog to plus 13. So we're getting rid of dogs, 2 touchdown dogs and higher. So you're an away dog up to plus 13. You're off a loss as a favorite, but you did rush for over 200 yards. Those teams are 44 and 16 against the spread since 2015. 2 teams apply. They're both in the MAC. Got some action here for the TNA. Northern Illinois and Central Michigan both fall into the 73.3 ATS system. I did a tweet earlier this week. Penn State was the first team in database history to lose back-to-back games as a 20-point favorite. I guess that's why you no longer have a head coach. But what have teams done after losing back-to-back games as a double-digit favorite? I went all the way back to 1994. Take a guess. How many college football teams have lost back-to-back games as a double-digit favorite? Well, the answer is now 43. There were 42 previous teams since 1994 to lose back-to-back games as a double-digit favorite. The next week, those teams have gone 9, 24, and 2, 27.3%. Only one team applies. It says to fade Penn State in this 27% ATS system. And let's finish off this Week 8 college football TNA video with our final system of the day. We are looking at teams that was minus 3 turnovers or more. They lost the game as a favorite, but they had a yardage edge. And now they are at home as an underdog or a favorite to minus 7. So which team had a bad turnover game plus yardage, but lost as a favorite and now home as a dog or a small favorite? Those teams have gone 25-11. They bounced back off those bad turnover games. Which team does it apply to this week? TCU, our fourth and final system, 69.4%. The system favors TCU versus Baylor. Again, thank you so much for watching the video. Hit the like button, leave a comment, make sure to check out my NFL TNA video, and I'll be back next week.